It can feel like a situation can never be resolved with a narcissist, and you can always be going over and over and over the same discussion, the same arguments, the same disagreements with them. And this is because the narcissist does not want to resolve the situation. They don't want to come to any form of mutual understanding. They want to have it their way, or they want to provoke you into reacting so that they can blame you for why they're not willing to understand you. This video is going to be about the manipulation tactics a narcissist will use throughout a conversation, so that you feel like you never get anywhere with them. You're the one that's just left feeling frustrated and annoyed, or wondering what on earth you can do differently, full of self-doubt, full of fear, full of insecurities. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support. If you are new to the channel, this channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people, and different methods to find what works for you to help you recover from narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. Having a conversation with a narcissist can leave you completely stunned. It can leave you confused as to what on earth has just gone on. It can leave you questioning something that you haven't even done. Conversations with a narcissist are crazy making. They leave you so confused or so full of dread when it comes to having to approach them about something in the future. It can leave you questioning things that you haven't even done, doubting your own memory, doubting your own sanity, feeling exhausted and blaming yourself for things that aren't even your fault. It can leave you feeling emotionally drained. It can leave you feeling overwhelmed. It can leave you feeling anxious, and having a conversation with a narcissist can put you on edge. When it comes to a narcissist, they don't think or feel in the same way that we do. They believe they are entitled to have things how they want to have them. They are willing to exploit people to meet a need of their own, and they lack the empathy to care for those that they do hurt along the way. So if you're bringing something up that a narcissist doesn't want to discuss or doesn't want to deal with, or the narcissist feels criticised or invalidated in some way, instead of having a two-way conversation and coming to some form of mutual agreement within each other, the narcissist goes straight into their defence mode because they feel threatened. When they feel threatened, they go into their defence mode, which is when they are going to do their best to bring you down, to get you to doubt and blame yourself so they can escape accountability of the things that they have done by getting you to blame yourself for things that you may not have even done. And then once they've got you questioning yourself and blaming yourself, they feel better within themselves. The conversation ends and things never get resolved with them because they are avoiding the very things that they do not want to be aware about within themselves. Or they might actually, because they are projecting onto you, they might recognise those things within you, even though it's not you. So they genuinely believe that you are the one in the wrong, even though you're not the one in the wrong. It's them projecting who they are onto you, where a narcissist mirrors you to sell your dreams and your hobbies, to hook you into the relationship, to keep you trapped within that relationship. They also project all their insecurities, faults and flaws onto you, and at some point when they're mirroring you, they are crossing over onto that line where they're in a sense mirroring themselves. Often why when a relationship is over with a narcissist, many people question whether they were the narcissist within that relationship. When if you have the empathy to care for people, if you don't go around exploiting other people, it's highly unlikely that you are, especially if you are aware of your own behaviour. One of the major key points about a narcissist is they will never look inwards. They will never blame themselves for anything that goes wrong within their life. They always project that out onto other people. They will only blame themselves if they can play the victim and exploit someone else by blaming themselves. So if you are aware of your own behaviour, if you try to better yourself and change your behaviour for the better, it's highly unlikely that you are a narcissist. So when it comes to a conversation with a narcissist, if it's not going in their reality, if it's not going how they want it to go, a lot will use word salad to confuse you, where they will derail you by taking you off topic or triangulate you or start talking about random things that are nothing to do with the actual conversation and swapping and changing between each of those to leave you feeling stunned, to leave you feeling confused, to leave you wondering what on earth is going on. And there's lots of different methods a narcissist will use to manipulate and take control of the conversation. Number one is when they will start interrupting you. And in the beginning, if it was a partner when you first met them, the conversations might have been all about you, as the narcissist was gathering data about you so that they could learn the things that matter to you the most, so that they could sell you these things in their future fake and make out that they also want these things. They can also find out your biggest insecurities and your biggest weaknesses so that they can use these very things against you to hurt you in the future, to get their own needs met. At some point after the love bombing or the idolization stages, the narcissist topic of conversation becomes all about them or what they want to talk about. They will have no interest in having a two-way conversation, or you can actually be having a two-way conversation with them. And if a narcissist feels threatened or criticised in some way, or something contradicts what they have said previously, they will go into their defensive mode. They will start ignoring you. They will start criticising you. They will raise their voice, or they will interrupt you, or they will dismiss you. A narcissist will intentionally interrupt you to bring the topic of conversation back onto what they want the conversation to be. And they want to interrupt you to bring the conversation into the reality that they hold true to themselves, as they believe they are better than others, they believe they are correct, and they believe you should trust that what they have to say is the truth. They want to dominate the conversations. They have no interest in compromising. They're not interested in other people's opinions, thoughts or feelings if it doesn't match how the narcissist wants people to think or feel. They will discredit anything other people have to say, even if people have facts and evidence against what the narcissist is saying. They will discredit those facts and evidence. They want to interrupt you to control the conversation, to avoid talking about genuine issues, and to avoid any form of accountability. How to disarm? If they keep bringing you off topic, observe what they are doing. Are they provoking you? Are they projecting onto you? Are they blame shifting things onto you? Remember what the original topic of conversation was about. Are they avoiding taking responsibility for their own behaviour? Observe their pattern of behaviour. Observe what they are doing. Don't take their projection personally. Recognize who they are as a person and what they are trying to do. Stop the conversation when they start provoking you, when they start raging at you, when they start interrupting you. If they've gone into that narcissist word salad, recognize they've gone into that and stop talking with them. Let them say what they need to say while you stay in your reality. You can pay attention to what they're saying, just don't take it personally. Retreat and rethink what they are doing. If you need to respond, respond once, because 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, a narcissist is not listening to your response. They want your reactions so that they can feel better about themselves. If they want to take you off topic, don't go there. Leave them to it. Find a safe way out of the conversation. The narcissist silent treatment. This is one of the most common forms of a narcissist manipulation. When they feel like they're losing control of the conversation, or when they feel like they're losing control over you, or when they feel like they've been criticized in some way, most will go for the silent treatment. And this can be the present silent treatment, where you can be around them and they will talk to everybody else. However, they will ignore you. Or it can be the absent silent treatment, where they are not around, but you can message them and see that they've read the messages. They'll just not respond to you. You can call them, they'll just not answer the phone. Or it can be the one where they just completely ghost you and fall off the face of the planet. The narcissist can fall silent on you for hours, days, weeks, months, and some even years. They do this if you will not accept their point of view. They will do this if they feel like they're losing control of the conversation. They will fall silent to avoid discussing important issues, to avoid accepting any form of accountability for the things that they have done to you, to reinforce those self-doubts within your mind, to get you to beg and plead and chase after them, to get you to question what you might have done. The silent treatment is used against you to make you feel insignificant, invalidated, insecure, unloved, vulnerable, to make you question who you are as a person. How to disarm the narcissist silent treatment. There is no better way to recover from narcissistic abuse than to go no contact. Not always possible, in which case it needs to be limited contact and grey rock. If the narcissist wants to fall silent on you, use this to work on you, work on your understanding, work on your healing, work on yourself. Write down your reality. No longer beg, plead, or chase after them for answers. Give yourself the closure, give yourself the answers, give yourself the reality check. Someone who genuinely loved and cared about you would not want to fall silent on you, to put you into that pain. The topic switch. So you can be happily discussing away something with a narcissist, and then they either feel criticised or don't agree with your point of view, or you might bring something up that they didn't think you knew about. So for the narcissist to gain control of the conversation, they will switch the topic of the conversation, usually about something that you might have done wrong within the narcissist's mind, or something the narcissist doesn't think you did right for them. They spew out a load of word salad to provoke you, to confuse you, to hurt you, to upset you. They want to get you into that defensive mode. They want to push your buttons so that you react to them. And then once they've got your reactions, they can twist the story and blame it on you to escape accountability of the things that they do to you. Once they've got you in this state, the original topic of conversation is completely gone, and you're the one left defending, justifying, and explaining yourself to the very person who sent you into feeling the way you do or reacting the way you have. Yet you take responsibility for your own behaviour. A narcissist does not take responsibility for theirs. They have to project that onto you as they feel entitled to do as they please and lack the empathy to care for how it's making you feel. How to disarm. Don't take what a narcissist says personally. Observe their behaviour, observe what they are doing to you, recognise the original topic of conversation. If you can, try and bring it back to the original point of the original conversation. If they're going to keep switching the topic on you, recognise that there is a reason behind the fact that they don't want to discuss it. There's a reason behind the fact they want to upset you, and it's not because of you, it's because of their disorder. Blame shifting, another thing a narcissist does so well, again because they just do not want to be held accountable for their own behaviour. They do not want to be responsible for who they are as a person. They hold so many grudges against other people because they believe within themselves that other people are to blame for everything that's going wrong within their lives. So if something isn't going a narcissist way, even down to a conversation isn't going how the narcissist wants it to go, they will bring something up from the past. They will do all they can to switch the blame onto you. They will use any of your insecurities, even insecurities that you might not have even known you had, insecurities that they've drilled into you. They will use any mistakes that you've made in the past to get you on the defensive, to deflect away from the original topic of conversation and bring it on to you and your defences. They have to find a way to escape responsibility. They have to find a way so they don't have to suffer any consequences for their actions or their mistreatment of other people. They trick people into defending themselves. They trick people into blaming themselves. How to disarm? Don't play. Don't question them. You'll never get the answer you're looking for from a narcissist. You'll never get the closure from the narcissist. You will never get an agreement from a narcissist. The closest you'll get is a false compromise, which when they let you down and you bring it up, they're going to go through the manipulation conversation to get you going again. Find the answers within yourself. The best way to beat a narcissist is to no longer play their games. Projection. This is another one where the narcissist wants to, if they feel humiliated in some way, they want to humiliate you in some way. If they feel insecure, if they feel like they're going to be abandoned, they want to create those feelings of jealousy within you. If they feel shamed in some way, they want to shame you. Because they feel threatened of their reality, who they believe themselves to be, they've gone into their defensive mode. So they want to project how they are feeling onto you so that you feel like you've been shamed or humiliated, and they will purposefully shame or humiliate you to get you defending yourself, to deflect away from them how they are feeling and put it all onto you. If you pay close attention to a narcissist's character assassinations of other people, this is most often a very accurate description of their true selves and how they themselves have treated those other people. A narcissist will hold a grudge against others for a very long time. They will discredit people. They will discredit credible people. They will accuse people of cheating who are not cheating. They will accuse people of lying who are not liars. They will accuse people of being insecure who are trying to listen to their instincts. They will accuse people of being crazy, who the narcissist themselves has actually driven that person crazy. They will say things to people like, that's just like you, when people start defending themselves or putting boundaries up against the narcissist. Narcissists are very defensive people as they try and stay in their reality that they themselves are perfect and better than others and entitled to special attention, special treatment, admiration, that they are more deserving. They are very envious of other people, so any mistakes the narcissist makes themselves, they have to pass the blame onto others so that the narcissist perceives themselves to be perfect. How to disarm: observe their words, observe what they are truly saying about themselves. Don't take it personally. Take it as when a narcissist is projecting at you, take that as a verbal confession as to who they truly are. Turning up the volume. When a narcissist feels like all else has failed, or their anger, their inner rage is rising because they feel threatened in some way, or their other manipulation methods haven't worked, they can often go into the defensive of turning up the volume on you. When they feel like they're losing control of the conversation, they want to disarm you, they want to shock you, they want to intimidate you, they want to threaten you, they want to confuse you, they want to bully you into submission of their way of thinking. A narcissist is always using psychological warfare against you, and when we don't understand the game we are in, we are very easily sucked into these games. When we understand the game we are playing, we can start to walk away from their games. A narcissist will talk louder because they want to dominate the conversation. They want to dominate and control you and your reality. How to disarm: if you can safely stop talking. With some you might have to play along, some are dangerous, so you might have to play along and act like you are listening and agreeing to them until you can find a safe way out of the situation. When a narcissist starts raising the voice above yours, don't try and match like for like, leave them to it. Focus in on your own thoughts, feelings and reality. Playing the victim. When a narcissist has done all the things like projected onto you, blamed you, they will then twist it round into the woe is me, how they are the victim, to guilt trip you into doing things you wouldn't ordinarily do, or guilt trip you into believing their version of events and not yours. A narcissist is very good at playing the hero or the victim, but they will never ever be the villain. When they break a promise, they will find a reason to say, I'm sorry, you, as to why they broke the promise. It will not be because they broke the promise. It will be because you did something that caused them to break the promise. They want to pull on your sympathy to get away with their behaviour so that there's no consequences for their actions, so that people forgive them for the things that they do, because people are blaming themselves and not the narcissist's actual behaviour. When a narcissist is playing the victim, the best way to disarm this is to recognise, observing again. It's all about observing their pattern of behaviour, seeing what game they are trying to play, what need of their own are they trying to meet by guilt tripping you into doing something you wouldn't or don't want to do. Triangulation is another form of manipulation a narcissist will use in a conversation. Triangulation is where a narcissist will bring a third person or a fourth or whoever into the conversation to get you to doubt who you are as a person, to discredit your thoughts or feelings or opinions. They will bring people into the conversation that know nothing about the conversation, so that the narcissist, again, it's all about escaping consequences for their actions. A narcissist will lie about what others have said and done to divide and conquer people, to isolate people. How to disarm: know your worth. Just because someone else may or may not have done something. Remember, it's a narcissist telling you that someone's done something, so most likely they haven't. But even if they had, they're not you. Stick to your boundaries, stick to your values, stick to your beliefs, stick to your boundaries. And gaslighting. The whole conversation is a load of gaslighting by a narcissist, because the narcissist wants to distort your reality to get you to doubt yourself and question your own sanity, so they can get away with doing the things that they do, because they feel entitled to do the things that they do, and they believe that you are the one in the wrong for questioning them or asking them in the first place. They will purposefully not share information with you to cause that intrigue within you. They will purposefully bring things up that you haven't even done, or they will say something happened that never actually happened, or they will say you said something that you never even said. They will get you confused. They will get you explaining yourself to them so that they can further their control over your reality. It is psychological warfare. How to disarm: if you are in a direct conversation with a narcissist, when you finish, keep writing things down in a diary, preferably where the narcissist cannot find it, so that you can go for your own reality check until that fog begins to lift, until that fog begins to clear. If it's not a direct conversation, keep things via messages or email so that you have that record, again, until that fog lifts and until things become clearer to you. When it comes to a narcissist, they're not in it for other people. They're not in it for compromise. They're not in it for understanding. They're in it to win it, and they lack the empathy to care for those they hurt along the way. When it comes to a conversation with a narcissist, they are not going to give you the truthful answers if it's going to negatively impact their lives. The answers you need are within yourself. The closure you need is within yourself. If anyone has any other signs of a conversation manipulation tactic that a narcissist used that I've missed out of the video, please do add that into the comments to help other people's awareness of what they might be dealing with. And as for how you handled a conversation with a narcissist, please add that into the comments, because we are all learning new things every day on how to get past this kind of stage in our lives and move on to a better version of ourselves. Thank you very much for listening, and go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an incredible day. I shall add into the description the video for triangulation, the video for word salad, the video for intimidation, because these are all the kinds of things that a narcissist will use within a conversation to gain control. I shall also add the video on boundaries and no contact. No contact isn't always possible, and that is when you really will need your boundaries around these kinds of people. It is a step-by-step process. It depends on you as an individual, what you have been through. It depends on the narcissist you are dealing with, because it is on a spectrum. So some you need to be careful around all of them, but some it really has to be strict no contact, and it's finding a safe way to get to that point. With others, you might be able to do limited contact or grey rock, and with some you might not have a choice, and there might be court orders where you have to do limited contact and grey rock. So it's all about learning who you are as a person and staying in your reality, lowering your expectations of them, observing their pattern of behaviour so they can no longer negatively keep impacting your life time and time again, and so that you can start living a life that you do deserve. Bye.